Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm going to walk you through how to use Markup AI to check your content in Contentful to make sure it's aligned to your brand, style, and terminology and other compliance requirements that your brand requires. So while you're in Contentful, you can come into your content area and select a document to edit. And you'll see here are all your componentized areas that you have configured. For example, we have title, description, body, I think summary is below. As I'm in crafting, I might notice that there is a Markup AI side panel here waiting for me to do something. So as I'm in editing my documents, I've just added some content here. It's watching and listening to see what edits are being made. And as I make those changes, it's going to go ahead and send those over to Markup AI. As we're receiving them, we're scanning it, scoring it, and comparing it against your style guide to see how well it aligns. We can see here I got a 56, which really isn't a great score. If I expand this, I can see most of my issues are in grammar, in style, in tone. Got some clarity issues, but the good news is my terminology is all great and 100%, so I don't have any improper terms. I can go into more details and see a couple of other details in here. For example, a bigger digest of what my word count is, some of the other statistics. I can see my informality index and my liveliness index. I can also see the style guide used, the dialect, and the tone that I've chosen. And those are things that we can adjust and change if needed. And then of course, if I'm having trouble and need help debugging something, I can grab a workflow ID so I can better find out maybe what happened if there are any challenges or questions I may have on why these scores are coming up this way. Now, I can also go ahead and realize, well, I got a 56. I can try and hack away at this again, or I can use Markup to rewrite the document. So it's going to send this to Markup AI, and then it's going to rewrite this content based on your specific style guide. So you'll see here is my original content, and I can see all the red lines are where we've actually pulled or changed a word, and all the green lines are where we've actually proposed and added a new word that needed to be changed. We can see we've gone from a 56 to 100. So now we are perfectly aligning this content to our rules, our style guide that the company asks for. We can see the improvements in grammar, how much we've improved in our style. The terminology has remained the same, clarity and tone, and now we have a choice. Do I want to reject and close this because I don't like the changes, or maybe I'll go ahead and accept an insert because I actually do like those changes and put those in there. And then we can do the same thing for any one of these other content areas. As I'm editing these content areas, it will continue to send that information over to Markup AI, and I will see them populate on the right side of my screen so I can understand how each of these componentized areas is scoring against my style guide. And even more, there's a couple of settings we can come in. Oh, there we go. So we see we have some work to do in the rest of these as well. There's a couple of changes in here, like you saw earlier about my tone, my style guide. I can change things like my dialect, my tone, and if I have a certain style guide. So for example, if I'm writing marketing materials, I might have a marketing style guide. If I'm writing technical documentation, that might be a more formal or technically versed style guide. And I can come through and choose different style guides that I've created based on those audiences. That's the extent. That's all you need to do to come in and start checking content with Markup AI. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.